around once. And of course, we're on a scooter, so that just makes it even better. So, tell me, does this feel like deja vu to you?
You bring the rain here. Okay?
I think they're trying to tell us, I think the gods are trying to tell us something. You people should just stay home. Greetings from Langkawi, Malaysia. I know I've made some video from here before, but I've had a few weeks to chill out here before I start traveling. Not sure where I'm going to travel to because there's been so much flooding in Southeast Asia this year. But at the moment, I'm standing on the beach in Chenang. I live actually only a couple blocks from here, so it's easy to walk down to the beach. Today is actually pretty clear. I've been here for almost 2 weeks now, and it's rained every day but one, and actually rained earlier this morning. I think we might get a lot of sun today. Unusual, because some of the storm, I mean, when it rains here, it's like somebody takes a fire hose to you. It can get really wet. So today I think I'll try to go out and get a couple more videos. We'll see what happens. Chenang Beach is probably the most popular beach on the island. It's where a lot of the hotels just are right at beachside, and before COVID, this beach was super crowded. I see a real shortage of people here now. Some of the shop owners say it's less busy, some say it's about the same, some say it's more, but this is midday and there's hardly anybody on this beach. So it's Saturday morning and we're here to have our teeth cleaned, except my secretary sort of got the wrong day. But we came into Kwa anyway. This is the city of Kwa on a nice Saturday morning, and we're not getting our teeth cleaned today. We're coming down and doing a walk in the park. So this is the harbor in front of Kwa. The city of Kwa is over there. It's not a particularly big city. And there's a new, what do you call that? It's not a needle. The tower. That's the Maha Tower, which is fairly new, which I don't know anybody else knows it. Behind that is Kanang Raya, which is the tallest mountain, I guess you call it, on the island. And on this side we have the jetty, which goes pretty much everywhere. Thailand, it goes to mainland, and then it also goes to Kalife, goes to Kalife. And then way over behind there is Tuba Island, which is, I hope, we'll go and have seafood on the island one of these days soon. Anyway, this is Kwa. So this is the park in Kwa that we're walking through this morning. It's interesting. This is a fairly good sized park for the size of the city. I just did a Google search for the number of people in Kwa, and it says there's anywhere from 13,000 to 30. So I don't know who does census here, but I don't think they can count that well. But it's a really beautiful park right on the water in the middle of the sea. I'm going up the tallest mountain on the island, Kanang Raya. And I've been up here several times before, and with all the rain and wind, there's a lot of trees, there's a big rock in the road, but I should make it to the top. I'm driving up to the top of Kanang Raya, and it looks like I got a little rock in the road. I've made it to the top of Kanang Raya, and the buildings that you see behind me this was an old resort called Coconut Hill Resort. the Coconut Hill Resort. And it's really hard to find a whole lot of information on it. There used to be a plaque up here that said that it held some big conference in, I believe it was 1969. But best I can find out is that there was money problems, and it's just a big delinquent hotel. When I first came, there was a tower there behind me that you could go up. It was called the Tea House at the top. For 10 ringgit you could go up and have a full view of the island and drink all the tea you wanted. But that has been closed now for, I would say, probably 10 years because it's just falling apart. Because this is really not a very sunny day. There's a lot of haze in the air today. You can't really get a full view of the surroundings. Gunung Raya is, I think, 880 meters high or something like that, around just shy of just shy of 3,000 feet. So it's up there, and it's considerably cooler up here than it was down on down at sea level. The drive to the top of Gunung Raya is about 12 kilometers, and I've come down about a kilometer. And though it's still hazy, this is sort of the other side of the island. Can't really see it through the haze, but there's an airport, and Chenang is off in the distance by that island that you can see, which is where I live. I just dropped Shima off at work and came over to Tanjiro. This is one of the local beaches. This is not my favorite local beach, but it's early in the morning and there's really nobody on it right now except for the people who promote beaches every day. There's another beach down farther that I like much better. This is the end of the beach that I like to go because it's generally much more quiet. Not a lot of people, or at least tourists. This is my favorite beach. This is at the far end of Tanjiro. And it's early in the morning, so there's really nobody here, but it's a place that not a lot of tourists come, more locals. And it's usually the place we come for picnics and stuff. Just behind me, probably another, I don't know, 200-300 yards, there's some little kiosks you can go and buy some food. But this is my little piece of heaven right here. These islands that you see from the beach, I think all belong to Malaysia. And you can't really see through the mist way off in the distance. There's some bigger islands, and we can just barely see, or at least I can just barely see, one of the islands in Thailand. We're right on the Thai border here. One of the local fishermen and his wife was on their way out to see what they can catch today. This is Skull Beach, which is another one of my favorite beaches. And although there's very few people here this morning, all locals here this morning, it's become more of a tourist destination. And usually by midday there'll be lots of people here. The reason that it's called Skull Beach is the island we see off in the distance belongs to Thailand, and there used to be a prison on it, and prisoners would try to escape and swim to Malaysia, which is almost a 5-kilometer swim, and they were not always very successful, either partially eaten by sharks or crocodiles, and their bodies would wash up on the shore here. There was also pirates who would sometimes raid merchant ships going through and would throw the dead bodies overboard, also ending up here on the beach. Sort of gruesome past, but that's your little touch of history. This is somebody's good idea gone bad, I think, because there was a lack of marketing research. I don't know how many millions of dollars was put into this. I know it took a few years to build, and it was open for maybe 6 months, and now has been closed for a couple of years, I would say. It was supposed to be a water park. You can see in the background there's like places for kids, and there's water slides on the other side of these buildings. Anyway, you see this more often than you'd like to here. A lot of money put into something that just never went right. To show a little more of the expanse of this marine park, it was pretty big. And I'm surprised that you could just walk through it, though it's gotten pretty dilapidated over the last year or so. This is the entrance to Seven Wells. Some private company has bought the rights to this place. I think it was just public. And they've actually fixed it up, but now they charge you to get into it, which is, well, last year I was here, it was 10 ringgit. It says 560 steps to go. I don't know, I've probably already come up 30 or so. It's a pretty steep climb. So I'm going to start at the base of the waterfall, and this is just the walk in from the stairwell. We'll go back down to the river itself. So this is definitely the tallest waterfall on the island. I don't know how many feet this is. I would say it's going to be probably close to 100 feet up to the very top of it. And I'll go up to the steps to the top of the waterfall. You can't really get to the top of the waterfall, but it's a great place to swim up there. So this is the top of the waterfall, looking down, and well, you can see it. There's a little wire fence there for you to catch tide, because these rocks are quite slippery but smooth, so that you can slide down and you go into these pools. These pools are actually fairly deep, but the only thing that catches you from going over the edge is those 3 strands of wire, and it would be a hell of a ride down, even more of a ride once you got to that waterfall. And at the end of the day, most people head down to the water's edge to watch another spectacular sunset over the Malacca Strait. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you again soon.